I'm gonna make stuffed cabbage. If you are making stuffed cabbage, whether you're doing a whole stuffed choux farci or you're doing rolls, which is what we're gonna do today, you never have to put a giant pot of water on to boil ever again. This works. I did it, I can prove it, I'm gonna show you. All you have to do is freeze the cabbage, the whole head. I just threw it in the freezer. That's it. You let it freeze completely through, so at least a day. Then you take it out. I left it on the counter overnight. So underneath these little cloths on the counter are the giant leaves we're going to stuff. This will yield about 16 rolls, what we've done here, with just the large leaves, and 1.5 pounds of beef, and 1/2 pound of pork is what we have in the bowl with salt and pepper. Into our bowl, we're going to add, for the filling, fresh sage, about 2 tablespoons, or you can use dried sage, in which case I would use 2 teaspoons. I'm going to use a couple teaspoons of fennel, ground fennel or fennel pollen. If you like a little bit of heat, you can add about 1 teaspoon of ground red pepper, which is what this is, or red pepper flake, which everyone has, right? About 2 teaspoons each of granulated garlic and granulated onion. 1 ounce each of pecorino and parmigiano, about 1.5 cups total. Or you can use all parm or all pecorino. One of course, is sheep's milk, one is cow's milk. Into the bowl she goes. 3/4 cup of white rice that I covered with 1/2 cup each of beef stock and white wine. And then I let it sit for 30 minutes or more until you're ready to use it, right? Until you're ready to cook. And look how it bloats. It bloats up with all that flavor. And this is our binder. This is raw rice, to be clear. Raw rice. Then we're going to add 1 egg. Crack it into a dish just to make sure you don't drop shell. And then a good fat drizzle of olive oil. Take your rings off and get in there. Now, what's great about this dish is that I started it in just the giant cast iron skillet. I didn't have to use a pot for the cabbage. I'm mixing this in a bowl. This is a 1-pan dinner. We're going to put this into a 375 oven for 1 hour to 75 minutes until the rice is nice and tender in your rolls. The sauce I had to make ahead because it has to be cool, because we're going to put and nest the rolls into it. So the pan had to be cool. This is nothing. It's so simple. It's just a small onion and a little bit of olive oil and butter. When the onion is soft, I add a bit of garlic. I add some beef stock and any kind of tomato you want. I used a combination of 1 small can of cherry tomatoes and 2 cups of tomato passata, which is like tomato sauce. So you just bring that sauce to a simmer, let it come together a bit, turn it off. When it's cool, you can roll your cabbage. You center it. I cut out the large vein with my paring knife when I defrosted instead of boiled my cabbage. And then you just tuck and roll. And now I'm going to do that 16 times. I took a little bit of sauce out, about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. So I'm going to take the last 2 rolls and we're going to nest those into the center. And we turn this almost into a giant winter sunburst or something, a giant winter flower. Gorgeous. And now we're going to spoon over or just drizzle around the remaining sauce so we have a little on top too. And we put this in the oven for, as I said, 60 to 75 minutes. And just check on it every once in a while. If it looks like it's getting a little dry on you, pour a touch of stock or water over the top. This is our incredible, easiest ever baked skillet cabbage. All I'm going to do is chop up a little parsley for the top. Oh, God, they're just so beautiful.